Hey everybody, it's a minute to 8, and I thought I'd just say hello before we got the webinar starting. My name is Rohan Pansali, and I will be your host tonight. I just want you to let you know that I'm a real person and not just talking behind a bunch of slides. Got a little music going just to get ready, set the mood, and I'm very excited to talk to you tonight about Beachbody and about what it means to me and what the possibilities are for you and how with Beachbody, we're using this great company to change the world and make a difference in the lives around us as well as our own. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Everyone's time is valuable. I'm just going to switch on over to my screen here. Okay. I know I disappeared from your screen, but I'm still here, not to worry. Okay, hope everyone can see that nice and clearly. Now, the last couple of weeks we had a couple of technical problems. You couldn't hear me, couldn't see me, all this kind of stuff. So if you guys notice anything unusual or strange going on, just let me know. Leave me a message, shoot me a text if you're email, whatever. Just let me know that things aren't going right on your end, and I will do my best to fix them. Okay, so it's just a quick, screen for you to jot down if you have any questions later on that come up after we go through the presentation. Things that you want to go over, things you didn't understand, or you want more information. You can email me at teamfindyourfocus@gmail.com or get me through my website, teamfindyourfocus.com. That website, even if you don't have any questions, has some of my backstory and some cool videos about my journey that I made that, if you have a moment to check out, may help you learn a little bit more about what we do. The whole point of this webinar, which will only be about 30 minutes or so, is just to whet your appetite, give you a basic idea of what Beachbody is about and where you can fit in the big picture. So we're talking about the coach opportunity, and I think that word opportunity is a real important one because really what this is a chance. It's a chance for you to make a difference in people's lives. It's a chance for you to make a difference in your own life, both from a health and fitness perspective as well as a financial perspective, and we will go over all that in just a moment. So a little bit about me. I'm sorry, I pictured a little stretch. It's the best I can do to get it on there. Yes, that's me. I was a pretty big guy a few years ago. That was 2011, or that was 2010, about 6 months before I got started with Beachbody. And I was overweight. And for those of you who have never heard of the metabolic syndrome, that is a living picture of the metabolic syndrome. It is a sort of big waist circumference, a guy with high triglycerides, probably some sugar intolerance, and well on his way to diabetes. So I knew I had to make a change. My daughter was born, and I started a program called P90, which is probably the most boring program on earth. Literally has 4 workouts for 90 days. So you're alternating 2 workouts every other day for 6 weeks, and then 2 other workouts every other day for 6 weeks. I mean, it was boring, but I lost a lot of weight. It was really effective, and it was a real testament to the fact that if you can get your mind in the right place and stick to something, even if it's boring, it's really effective. And I refused to try Shakeology. I thought that it's a funny story now because for the longest time I was not a fan. I refused to even try Shakeology, and it wasn't until my wife said, "Hey, let me try this. I want to see what it's like," that we got started using it. And now, of course, it's part of my everyday. I will never forget it. We recently got back from Italy, and on our trip to Italy, we took our Shakeology packets with us because we never want to miss a day. It means that much to us. So there you can see a little bit of my before and afters. Again, on the left, I was a pretty big guy. I am less of a big guy now. I had been a coach since 2013, so I was using the programs for about 2 years before I started coaching. I actually turned my coach down twice. So if someone has invited you here to watch the webinar and you've said no to them a few times, that's not unusual. There's a lot of us who do that. We're not quite ready in the beginning, but when we're ready, we're ready. So my coach asked me twice to become a coach, and even though I was already doing all the things a coach did, I was posting in challenge groups, encouraging other people, and teaching them about the program. I didn't want to become a coach. I'm busy. I'm a full-time cardiologist. I don't have time for this kind of stuff, and so I refused. And then even after I became a coach, I didn't do anything for 8 straight months. I just I didn't invite anyone to, to be part of my challenge groups, or I had a few people, but I didn't, really get started with the business until a program called P90X3 came out, and it turned my whole life upside down. So now I'm a two-star diamond coach. That doesn't really matter too much. Those rank things aren't that important at this point. What is important is I'm a father of two, and you can see my kitties there in the picture. On the left is there when I was big with that giant gut, and I had my at that point must have been a 4-month-old son, Akshay. And now on the right, you can see that little boy sitting on my shoulders, and my daughter, who came along a little later, is in my arms, and there is no way that dude on the left is going to be able to carry those two on the right. And that really is what it was all about for me, becoming strong and healthy and powerful for my family. As I said, I'm a full-time cardiologist. I have a full-time practice. And despite that, I managed to have a thriving coaching career, because it is possible to do this even when you're busy. I'm a runner. That's really an interesting story for me. When I was growing up, I couldn't even run a quarter mile around the track, let alone, a full mile. When those President Mile, projects or races came up, I was very nervous because I knew I couldn't make it around that track 4 times. I couldn't even make it around that track once. And through Beachbody, I was able to try new things, and I started running for the first time in 2013. I've since completed 3 full marathons, and have more coming up. And I'm really excited about the fact that my whole life has changed from what it was before because of Beachbody. My favorite programs are P90X and PIO, which I'm currently doing now, actually, PIO, because it's one of those that really gets you into great running shape. So enough about me. Let's talk about what Beachbody is, what they mean, and what the heck Team Beachbody is. What's the difference between Team Beachbody and Beachbody? Okay, so Beachbody itself, that opened up in 1998. 2 guys, basically back of the napkin type of conference. Carl Deichler and John Cognan, who are both still with the company, they formed it. And then just a few years later, they released their first couple of videos, including P90 or Power 90, which is my first workout. Again, extremely boring, but extremely effective. And then in 2004 came the program that changed everything, P90X. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It revolutionized home fitness. It made extreme workouts common and accessible, and gave people amazing results. I had wonderful results with P90X as well. And then what they found was happening is that people were on the Beachbody message boards. This is back when we had message boards and before Facebook was totally in vogue. And were asking questions, and other people who had already been through the program were answering their questions, guiding them through the process, giving them tips and tricks on how to, keeping them accountable. And those people who were, staying on the message boards were having much more success. So they realized in 2007 that they needed to create that formally, and they created a network of what they called coaches to help people who were going through the program. Now, coaches are people who are generally customers or people who enjoy the programs, and who can help other people go through the programs. And we'll go through, what coaches do and do not need to do a little later on in the talk. So in 2007, Team Beachbody, which is our coaching network, was introduced. And since then, this is what happened. Since 2007, we've had a veritable explosion in programs and in nutritional products, and all of it's because we have such a robust network of people dedicated to helping other people that we can get these into the hands of the people that need them. Now, not every program is for every person. For example, the program on the very left is called Insanity. It's supposed to be called Insanity because it's nuts. I had amazing results, but boy, is that a tough program, and you got to have guts to do it. But it is an incredible program. Turbo Fire is one of my wife's all-time favorites. Not necessarily one of my favorites, although it's a great program, but my wife loves it. So you can imagine that different people have different programs that they love. As we go along a little further down, you can see Body Beast in the center there. Body Beast is Beachbody's mainstay weightlifting program. But what it's done has made weightlifting accessible to women, and that's a really important thing for bone density and muscle strength and longevity and maintaining posture and long-term health, as well as metabolic efficiency. And women tend not to do a lot of cardio and not as much weightlifting, and so Beachbody has a very good focus on women having accessibility um, to weights and lifting heavy and doing all the things necessary to keep them healthy. And that's really one of those great kind of programs. And then in 2013, you could see T25 came out and revolutionized things again. It introduced time-efficient, high-intensity interval training programs for home that you could do without equipment. And T25 is a 25-minute-a-day program, 5 days a week, and produced outstanding results. And then P90X3 came out a few months later, again, 30 minutes a day of just nonstop go, and it's great results, wonderful program, modifiable for people who are just getting started, intense for people who are more advanced, absolutely terrific program. And then once again in 2014, 21 Day Fix came out. 21 Day Fix is not only a workout program with basic 30-minute basic workouts that anyone can do, including, very, very beginners, but it has a foolproof nutritional program with it that produces amazing results. And that's not really meant to be a 3-week program. It's meant for you to break your bad habits of overeating and not working out in 3 weeks. You can repeat the program over and over again. So successful, great program. It's probably been their most popular overall. And then they revamped P90. So it's not just 4 boring workouts. I put you ready for this? My 70-year-old mom on P90. My mom was diabetic, or her sugars were in the diabetic range. She started on Shakeology. She started on P90. And within a few months, she had lost a lot of weight, and her sugars had come down to the non-diabetic range. Now, I do have to tell you that's one person. That's my mom. And I was watching my mom. So not everyone is going to have that kind of success. But it is definitely something we've seen with people with improvement in their metabolic load and sugars. And then PiYo, which is a combination of Pilates and yoga, and Max 30 have all come out. In the bottom, you can see some incredible nutritional programs, Shakeology, which we'll go into a little bit later. All of these have happened because the Coach Network has been able to find the program that meets someone's needs. So the person who needs 21 Day Fix may not be the same person who needs Insanity, and that's what we come in as coaches to help people find what they need. Great. So clearly Beachbody has some great programs. How do I know this thing is going to be around, in 5 or 10 years if I join up now? Well, here's a great curve of Beachbody's growth, and you can see where they started in 2007. Since the Coach Network started, there's been not only a steady growth, but it's been accelerating. In 2014, they crossed 500 million. 2015, they crossed 1 billion, and they're continuing to grow at a very rapid rate. I don't think it'll sustain this sort of asymptotic growth, but you'll certainly, we'll continue to see really good growth with Beachbody because they are producing great products that's accessible to anyone with great people behind them helping people to work through their programs. So what's so special about Team Beachbody? I mean, there's plenty of people who do fitness programs, right? So why has Beachbody been so successful in it? Well, we have really 4 basic components, so the 4 pillars of Beachbody that help us be successful. The first, of course, is fitness, which we've spoken about. The second is nutrition, and I'll get into Shakeology in just a little bit. The third, which is where we as coaches come in, is peer support. And then finally, there is a great number of rewards, either for compensation for coaches or for rewards for customers who complete their programs that Beachbody provides. So let's start going through those really quickly here. So Shakeology. What is Shakeology? I have no doubt that everyone in the United States and Canada has heard about Shakeology because we are so vocal about it. And we're so vocal about it because the stuff is so good. Shakeology, to put it in a real compact form, is our daily dose of dense nutrition. What does that mean? Well, daily, no doubt that it has to be, you have to take this every day or drink it every day. If I miss even a couple of days, I feel like I'm about to get sick. I mean, this stuff is what keeps me healthy. I work in a hospital 6-7 days a week. I'm exposed to all sorts of nasty stuff, and this is what keeps me from getting sick all the time. Also, I have 2 little kids who probably expose me to more nasty stuff than a hospital, also keeps me healthy. So daily dose, it's your medicine. No way, other way to think about it. The ancient Greeks said, let your medicine be thy food and your food be thy medicine, and this is your food that is going to be thy medicine. Keep you healthy. Of dense nutrition. It is chock full of superfoods, source harvested from around the world, which provide absolutely the best nutrition in a shake that you can find. And these are some of the ingredients that are in Shakeology. You can see that there's over 70 superfoods put into this stuff that if you were to buy them individually, it would cost over $700. And not so that, they put all this stuff in a shake, and then you mix it with something, and it probably tastes like chalk and disaster, right? But it doesn't. It's actually really tasty, and it's all low glycemic index. The chocolate's my favorite. It's delicious, and it keeps me from getting sick. And there is actually clinical data to tell us that when taken properly, it lowers blood sugar and it lowers cholesterol. I can honestly tell you that I have seen that. Again, in limited populations, so that's not meant to construe medical advice, but I've definitely seen that happen in people who've used Shakeology regularly. And these are the flavors. This is actually a little outdated because recently they added their best flavor of all, which is Cafe Latte. It's a coffee flavored Shakeology. My wife used to drink that vegan strawberry, which is on the far left in that white bag, and she'd order that every month. And then when the Cafe Latte came out, forget it. That vegan strawberry, which has been the mainstay of her diet for so long, hit the road and never came back. All we get now is the Cafe Latte. For me, the chocolate, which is front and center here, has always been my favorite. The other flavors are good too, and there's a lot of people on my team who prefer the vanilla over anything. One of my best coaches loves the strawberry. I happen to really like green berry as well. There's vegan flavors, and there's the Cafe Latte. So there's a variety of flavors depending on what you like, and you can get mix and match, get different flavor combinations. You can get full bags, whatever it is that suits your fancy. And there's something available for everyone in Beachbody, and that's part of why we are so popular and successful, because we provide something for everyone to use. So do you have programs on, if you have DVD-based programs, we have plenty of those. We have a digital streaming platform called Beachbody On Demand, which not only has all the programs that you purchased, but it has over $1,500 worth of free programming, and is starting with original Beachbody programming like a cooking show based on the 21-day fix eating system. So there's actually going to be a recorded cooking show which starts relatively soon. There's a reality TV show on there. There's going to be some yoga programs. There's all sorts of great stuff on Beachbody On Demand. It's all streaming. You can play it off your phone, your laptop, whatever. Whenever I travel, that's my go-to. And it streams beautifully off my iPhone, and I can do all my workouts wherever I go. Whatever equipment is necessary. Look, if you're looking to lift heavy weights, we got those. If you need a bench, we got those. If you need a push-up stand, we have those. Mats, everything that you need is in one place. You don't have to go wandering all over town to find different pieces of equipment. You order your programs, your nutritional products, your equipment all from one place. It shows up to your house, and you are good to go. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to go anywhere. Go to your basement. Done. There's obviously weight loss, which is an important part for most of us. That we have things like the 3-day refresh, which is a 3-day dietary reboot. We have the 21-day ultimate reset, which is a 3-week reboot. And then we have a ton of supplements. Those shown there are great, but the best ones, which aren't shown there, is the Beachbody Performance line. It has a pre and a post-workout, and even an overnight recovery formula. It is recently become the official supplement of Ironman, the triathlon. So it's got real deal science behind it. It's all certified safe for collegiate sports. Beachbody went through a very rigorous process to verify that these supplements were safe for everyone and effective, and as such have received some really high accolades. So there is something for everyone, no matter what your stage of fitness is. So you're saying, great, you got the products, you got all this stuff. Does any of it work? I saw your before and after. Well, does anyone else get results? Well, here's a few pictures of people who have tried various programs, and had great results. And some of them started with a lot of weight to lose, and some of them started with very little weight to lose, but needing, toning and definition, like this guy. Everyone has a different journey to go on, and everyone starts at a different spot. But in the end, everyone will have success so long as you remain on the programs, follow the guidelines, stick with your coach. People are going to have success. And that's what we get to do as coaches. We get to help people become successful. And that's what we're talking about with peer support. We are peers. We're not professional fitness experts. Certainly I'm not. But what I am is someone who's gone through programs, and I am very willing to help other people become successful. So what is a coach? Well, that's a fair question, and I think by now people are asking that, what do I have to do to be a coach? Well, let me tell you this. A coach doesn't have to be a fitness or nutrition expert, okay? I'm not. Like I said, I know what I know, and I certainly try my best to help people, but in the end, Beachbody are the fitness and nutrition experts, and they provide the information, they provide the videos, they provide the instruction. I just connect people with the program that they need, and I help to encourage them and keep them accountable. You don't have to be already at your fitness and nutrition goals. And let me tell you a little story about that. People don't identify with the Greek gods, right? They don't identify with people who have chiseled abs and gigantic shoulders and their waist tapers to a V. Certainly I don't, because when I see those guys work out, it's great, it's good for them, but I do not look anything like that. But what people do identify with are people who are on their own journey, people who are showing up every day, who are consistent, who are working hard to get their own results and saying, come along with me, let's do this together. And they show up. So that's what a coach really is. A coach is someone who shows up, takes their own journey seriously, and then allows other people to come on their journey and encourages those other people to be successful and keeps them accountable. And that really is the heart of coaching. You don't need to have any background in fitness and nutrition. Do you have to be an experienced salesperson? No. And at least for my team, if you are an experienced salesperson, you can't be on my team. I don't need people who sell things. We're not looking to sell things to people. We're not trying to pull one over on people. We're not trying to make a fast buck. None of that stuff. What we want are people who are willing to share a product in which they believe. You believe in the product, you share it with other people, you go on your own journey, and then people buy the product because they believe that it's going to be effective for them. And then we want to have an ongoing relationship with that person. So none of this quick sale nonsense. We sell, people buy stuff, we don't sell it, we share it, and then we continue to support them for a long-term relationship. That's what we're looking to create. What a coach should be is, again, sharing how people can change their lives and achieve their goals. Now, that's what you do by going through your own process. That is being proof the product works, working out every day, drinking your Shakeology, letting people know that you're doing that, and then work on constantly improving and developing yourself. That, for me, is the greatest part of Beachbody. It introduced me to a whole new world of personal development. And now I am constantly reading and learning and how to improve myself as a person and therefore as a coach. It's been very effective. It has changed my outlook on the world, improved my relationships with my family, and it's just made me a much better person and ultimately a better coach. And so those are the things that we're looking for. We're looking for people who are going to share the product, who are going to help others, and who are going to work on developing themselves. Okay, so the benefits of being, I'm sorry about that, I skipped a little ahead there. Okay, benefits of being coach. Hey, that's the fun of a live presentation, right? I can mess things up, need something to drink, whatever. It's what happens. It's okay. It's live. It's good. So here are some of the rewards that we get from Beachbody. So these benefits of being coach. First of all, you set your own work hours. So like I said, I am a full-time cardiologist, so my time is fairly limited, and I can run my business really effectively and relatively successfully in about an hour a day. Now, an hour a day is focused. Like I gotta get to work. It's not like I can't do an hour a day while I'm messing around on Facebook. It's an hour of real focused time. But that's all I need, and I can really get things done. You can do this as part-time and create part-time income for yourself if that's something you're interested in. Or there are many coaches that do this as a full-time. And I'll just tell you a quick story. One of my upline coaches and a guy I consider a mentor has a doctorate in engineering in basically material sciences. I think his primary area of focus is paper. And he, in 2014, I believe, became a full-time Beachbody coach, leaving his corporate job with his doctorate, and now is home, happy, spends time with his kids, is able to drop them in school and take them on and off the bus, and makes enough of an income that he doesn't have to go back to work. He's able to work from home and continue to grow and support his team as well as take care of his family. And you know, that's a guy that I can identify with and say, well, I want to be like him. And if he did it, then I can certainly do it. And you get to share something that's really cool with the world, and that really is a lot of fun. Okay, so what are some of the rewards that you get for being a coach besides getting to set your own hours and potentially have a lifestyle where you work from home and live the kind of life you want? Well, first of all, Beachbody pays you commissions. So if someone does buy programs from you or Shakeology from you or from Beachbody through you, you don't have to sell anything. You don't carry inventory or anything like that. They buy everything from the company. You just, you know, connect the people to the product. Beachbody pays you commissions. Okay, that's fine and it's great and you can make some money that way, whatever. Here's the real fun. They pay you for your team growth. So what you really do is you go out and you help other people see the vision of what they can do for themselves and more importantly for others with Beachbody, and you help them become coaches along with you. And now you have this greatly expanded sphere of influence, whereas you could probably help 10, 20, 30 people by yourself. Now you can do that 3 times over with 2 other coaches. And as that team grows and your collective sphere of influence increases, your ability to help others grows exponentially. And Beachbody rewards you for that. So as your team begins to grow, you get paid more and more bonuses based on the productivity of your team. In the end, it's an incredible structure because here's what happened. You spend all your time, not all your time, you spend much of your time mentoring the people below you to become successful. It is one of the few industries where the people at the top are heavily invested in the people around them. They're not, for example, if you were to work in a regular corporate environment, a manager might be threatened by a rising star employee who's coming to take their job. Well, in Beachbody, the people who are on our team, we are overjoyed if they exceed our success. It means that we have helped them help so many more people, and not only does that not threaten our job or threaten our success, it improves our own productivity. So we're all in it together. There's a great core d'esprit. It's a team effort. It's very clear that we're in on the same mission. Everybody is interested in helping everyone else, and that is a mainstay of Beachbody. People who are not even on the same teams and the same organizations, we're all looking to help each other because as the company grows, we all become more and more successful. There are trips to win. There's recognition. We recognize everything from rank advancement to first customers to weight loss to finishing their first program. Everything. We jump up and down about everything because we're so excited to be able to help each other. And then, as I said before, learning and personal development. Books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, The Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich. Books that can literally change the way you look at the world and change the way you think are all there as part of your Beachbody, personal growth and training. Okay, so statement of earnings. What kind of money can you make from Beachbody? It's great to help people, but in the end, if you want to have a business, you actually have to create income. So this is the statement of earnings from 2015. So it's all here in black and white. There's nothing hidden. Beachbody has roughly 400,000 coaches. Of those coaches, only about 30% of them are actually in it to build a business. Among the 30%, this is what the breakdown is. And you can see here, percentage of all coaches, only about 30% in this. So for the lower ranks, for people who are just getting started, they can earn as little as basically nothing, $10, and as much as $85,000. But as you begin to grow your team and advance your ranks, the top earner last year was a little over $3 million. So depending on what your efforts are, you can earn nothing if you're not interested in building a business, or if you're interested in building a business, helping others either by providing leadership, mentorship, or directly helping others get involved in fitness and health, you can earn a lot of money. And we had many new people in the $1 million club last 2 weeks ago at our national conference in Nashville. This is Beachbody's statement of earnings. People like to hide this at the bottom because it's one of those legal things, but I think it should be front and center because this is really important stuff. So Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the coaching opportunity, and they shouldn't. There should be no guarantees. Your ability to earn money has to come directly from your desire to help other people. Frankly, on my team, that's all I'm looking for. I don't care if you've never sold a pencil in your whole life. I don't care if you don't know if you know 6 people and they're all related to you and you don't know anybody else. I am looking for the person who's interested in making a difference in other people's lives. I will help you develop the business skills you need. All of that's laid out in Beachbody. That's easy stuff to develop. It just takes some time and dedication. But what's not easy to develop is the desire to help other people. So if you're willing to help other people, then that's the kind of person I'm looking for, and that's what's going to help you build a successful business. There's a great quote from Zig Ziglar when he was alive, who said, "You can have everything that you want if you just help enough people get everything they want," and that's really what we're based on. So what do you get? If you signed up with us as a coach, what would you get? Well, you get plenty of training and tools, and there's a whole list of early training tools that you can get right away, all free. There's plenty of communication from the corporate office. There's plenty of communication on social media. You have a ton of support from your team, which is your sponsoring coach and the rest of the team around you, from the company and via social media. If you were to join our team, this is what you would expect. Your sponsoring coach, whether it be me or one of our other coaches, would mentor you in getting you started properly, getting you started on the right path, with making sure that you have everything that you need to become successful. We have free training that starts from day one if you're ready, which is provided by our team and our surrounding teams. We have regular team meetings online, and in fact, at 9 p.m. tonight, we will be having one of our regular team video conferences, and anyone who would like to join us, just message me or leave me a comment after the webinar, and I will send you the link to come join our team meeting as a guest, and you can see a little bit more of what our team culture is like. We have quarterly meetings in person. We have a ton of leadership training, which for me I think is really, I really find is critical in this business. The support, it's unparalleled. You get support from everywhere, from the company, from your coaches, from your team, and then recognition. And like I said, we like to recognize everything. I'm going to recognize myself for doing a webinar tonight when we get onto our team call. No, I'm just kidding. But it's the point is that we do spend a lot of time, boosting each other up and really getting excited over small, large victories, whatever it is. We really like to celebrate. Okay, great. So I heard about Team Beachbody. I like the opportunity. Tell me about what's necessary. What's the next step? Well, there are 2 ways for you to join us in Team Beachbody. The first is you can join us right away as a coach, and that's cool. And if that's your goal, then you're going to be focused on not only your journey, but helping others achieve their journey. Alternatively, you can join us as a customer, which is hopefully at some point you'll be ready to join us as a coach. But for now, you want to focus on your own health and fitness goals. Both are really wonderful ways to get involved with this, get involved with Beachbody. So if you were to join us as a coach, you would start with something called a challenge pack, which has really the thing that you need to get started. It gives you a fitness program, and you would have to discuss with your coach which fitness program best fit your needs. You get your first shipment of Shakeology. Of course, you have to get Shakeology, because if you don't know how this stuff tastes and you don't know how it works and how it makes you feel, how are you possibly going to share that with other people? And then you get a trial month to the streaming service, Beachbody On Demand, which we talked about before, and you get all that for, depending on which program you choose, $140. If you just choose to get Shakeology by itself, that's fine, or if you get a fitness program by itself, that's fine as well. But honestly, in order to have the best success for you personally and for you to have the most experience with our things, getting a challenge pack is only slightly a bit more costly, but gives you much more that you need to be successful. I try very hard to dissuade people from buying just the program or just Shakeology, because you need both the fitness and nutrition aspects of things to be successful. Besides the $140 purchase price for the program in Shakeology, there is an $18 a month business fee. This is all tax deductible because this is technically a small business. What does the $18 a month business fee covers? It covers basically all the stuff you don't want to have to do. It covers all the promotions, product developments, um, inventory, so that again you don't have to carry inventory. Not like the old days where you have to buy the products and sell them out of your garage and you end up with a garage full of garbage. Everything is covered by Beachbody, and it ships from their warehouses. They handle the shipping, they handle returns, they handle customer services and irate customers and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to, do any of that stuff. But for that service, we pay an $18 a month coaching fee. I mean, really, compared to what you're getting in return, it's peanuts. Um, if you join as a customer, again, I really dissuade customers from starting with Shakeology or fitness programs, and to really start with the challenge pack. Because the challenge pack gives them the program and the Shakeology together, and that is the most likely to give you success. And the funny part about all that is Beachbody actually doesn't, the amount of volume that we get, which is how we earn commissions, is actually less when a customer buys a challenge pack, which is kind of funny. But the truth is that we recommend challenge packs anyway because we firmly believe that it's going to help people have much more success, and in the long term develop a real meaningful relationship with someone and help them to reach their goals. So yeah, maybe it makes a little less money for us, but boy, does it in the long term, mean a lot more. And I think that again gets to the heart of what Beachbody is about. Okay, so we're at the end of the presentation. We ran a little bit over that 30-minute mark because I was battling. Over the next 24 hours, here's what's going to happen. Whoever invited you to the webinar is going to follow up with you and ask you a few questions. So what you like the best about the presentation? I hope at least there's something there you can say that you liked. Does Team Beachbody feel like a fit that could help you achieve your personal goals, whether those are health and fitness related or financial? Do you think Team Beachbody can help you get there? And what feels like a better fit for you? Being a coach or being a customer, either way is great. For a lot of people, I tell them to start up as a coach for a few reasons. One is your subsequent shipments of Shakeology are then charged at the coach rate, which is about 25% less, and also we have some data that suggests that being a coach makes it much more likely that you're going to remain on your fitness program and your nutritional program longer and are more likely to get your results. So starting with the coach is a really great idea. It gives you a chance to build a great business, and perhaps be a little bit more accountable to people. But if you start off with a customer, that's terrific too. Either way works great. Think about these questions as we wrap up. What can becoming a coach do for you? Can it help you serve the many? Can it help you create change in the world? Can it help you be happier with what you do in terms of helping other people? Who is it that you can help? Are there people around you who could use an improvement in their health and fitness, or who need help in their finances where this opportunity can make a difference for them? Beachbody is full of stories of people who are hitting rock bottom financially and physically, who turn their lives around by believing that Beachbody could help them. It is certainly not unprecedented. It can be done. The path has been paved. You just have to believe and take the steps. What are my goals and dreams? What do I want to accomplish? Do I want to retire by the time I'm 50? Do I want to run, an obstacle race? Do I want to take part in an obstacle race when I could never do anything like that before? Do I just want to be home with my kids and earn a little bit more money so I can send them to private school or take them to Disney World? What is it that inspires you from either a physical or a financial standpoint? And how can Beachbody help fit those needs for you? Well, that wraps up for tonight. Thank you for sticking with me. My apologies for going a little bit over, but I hope you found it informative. Again, if you get back to the coach or the person that invited you to the webinar, and if you have any questions or you want to go over anything, please feel free to email me at teamfindyourfocus@gmail.com. You can see a little bit more about my backstory at teamfindyourfocus.com. And I have some before and afters, and I have some videos up there about my journey in my mindset when I finally made the decision to take control. So, you could check those things out, email me, and once again, we have in about 20 minutes a video conference with my team. It's a very sort of intimate, personal conference. It's very low key, and they're very welcoming, and you'd like to see what our team culture is like and what we talk about, then please just let me know and I will send you the link to join us for the video conference. You can even call in if you're afraid to show your face, but we're a great group of folks, so you needn't worry about that. Half the people on the call are my family because it's a family affair, Beachbody. All right, everyone, thanks so much for your time, and I hope you have a great night. Thanks again.